Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare.
Ho, 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 and welcome to
Oodles of Brutals Christmas Crapsmash.
It's been almost a year since I've done a video, guys, and I apologize for that. I don't have any good excuses, you guys. I just haven't done anything. I think part of the problem is I started this channel to review new music, specifically brutal death metal, slam, gore grind,
little bit of
deathcore, things of that nature, and I just haven't listened to a lot of that music this year, I'll be honest. I've been listening to shit like Tangerine Dream all year, so what are you gonna do, right? Anyway, I wanted to check in with y'all, count down my albums of 2023, or my top albums of 2023, and just give a little bit of a channel update for you. So, without further ado, and in no particular order, let's kick this off. Coming in at number 5, In Flames, Foregone. I am a In Flames fan from way back. I didn't so much like their turn towards nu metal, but I've been hoping year after year that they'll come back with something that I actually enjoy, and they finally did with this new album. It is not a return to form. I would not call it a melodic death metal album. I would call it more of a meld of new In Flames and old In Flames. There are definitely touches of melodic death metal here and there, but it's still got a little bit of that new metal or alternative metal quality that they've been emphasizing over the last couple years. But there's just something about this one that I like, and I can't quite put a finger on it. Most of you guys will probably hate this album, and I totally get that. I just have a certain nostalgia for In Flames. They were one of my favorite bands for a really long time back in the day. So I was very happy for them to come back with something that I actually enjoyed finally after all these years. I really appreciate this album a lot, even though, once again, it's not a return to form in any way whatsoever, but it's done in a way that I find pleasing. I'm sorry. I love In Flames. It just is what it is. So that's my number 5, In Flames, Foregone. Coming in at number 4, 7H Target, Yantra Creating. This band is from Russia. They've been at it for quite a while now, doing slamming brutal death metal. This is their first album for Willowtip, though. Their previous album, 0.00 Apocalypse, came out on Severed Records, and that's an awesome album. That's a total banger. You should check that out as well. But this album comes after some lineup changes and a bit of a change in sound also. Their older material, to me, was a little more futuristic sounding, had a little bit more of an industrial vibe in certain spots. This is just some good quality slamming brutal death metal with some technical flair to it, and a bit of kind of an Indian influence as well. Obviously, if the cover didn't give you that away, or the title Yantra Creating didn't give that away. Very different type of release for them. Again, it comes with some lineup changes. The vocalist from Catalepsy is now in this band, and there is a change in sound here, some longer songs. Like I said, less emphasis on the futuristic or industrial styles that they had incorporated in the past, but still a very kick-ass, very awesome, very brutal album. I think a lot of people slept on this one or weren't too sure about it because of the change in lineup and the change in sound, but I happen to think this is a kick-ass album, and I've listened to it a ton over the course of the year since it came out. Once again, this is hailing from Russia, 7H Target with Yantra Creating. This came out on Willowtip Records. Coming in at number 3, we've got To the Grave with Director's Cuts. This was released on Unique Leader Records. This band hails from Australia. They're fairly new. Their last album, or their last release, Epilogue, didn't really do a whole lot for me, but for whatever reason I decided to check this out and it blew me away. Now this is deathcore, so take that how you will. I know a lot of people do not like deathcore. I like it, but I'm super duper picky about it. There's only a handful of bands that I really like. This is one of the best deathcore releases I've ever heard, quite frankly. It is just brutal, it's intense, it's vicious, it's violent, It slams, it kicks ass. It's just a fucking excellent album from these Australians. I can't say enough good things about this album. These guys are all vegan. They're very into animal rights. I, on the other hand, am not vegan, but I still appreciate their stance towards humane treatment of animals. Even though I eat animals, I think there's humane ways to go about that. And, I appreciate that they're trying to put a message into their music. Again, this is just a really cool, kick-ass album. If you don't like deathcore, maybe this one will win you over, because once again, I'm very picky about it, and I love the shit out of this album. Once again, this is To the Grave with director's cuts. I believe there's a deluxe version of this album out with a bunch of extra songs on it, so try and track that down if you can and check it out. I haven't listened to that version yet. This is the standard version, but I'm looking forward to checking out the deluxe version as well. Coming in at number 2, Obituary, Dying of Everything. The Florida Rednecks return with some OG death metal, and it's one of the best latter-day Obituary albums in my opinion. I know a lot of people have considered their more recent stuff to be pretty hit and miss. I've enjoyed pretty much all of it, but this is the best thing they've done in a long time, and I might go so far as to say the best album they've released since their classic material. It's got the kick-ass, slow, doomy parts, the sludgy parts, the nasty, swampy parts. It's got the faster parts. It's just a classic Florida death metal album through and through. What more can be said about Obituary at this point that hasn't already been said? One of my favorite death metal bands of all time. Live, they sound just like their records. They're just an amazing band, and this is an amazing album from them. I love it when these veteran bands have late career resurgences, and that has definitely happened here with Dying of Everything. This is just a great fucking album. If you love old school death metal, you're gonna love this one. Like I said, it's got some great doomy, sludgy, swampy parts that make Obituary what they are, and this is just them, once again, digging deep into their classic sound they've never really strayed from, in my opinion. Well, maybe a little bit, but for the most part, they've applied this sound for a long time, and they're still doing it. They're still kicking ass. They still rule. They're still one of the best death metal bands out there. That's Obituary with Dying of Everything. This came out on Relapse Records, one of the greatest record labels of all time. All time. Coming in at number 1.
Oodles of Brutals, Album of the Year.
It is Torso Fuck with Postpartum Ecstasy. Torso Fuck shocked the world with the mighty Erotic Diarrhea Fantasy back in the day. It's been, 20 years since they put that album out? I never thought we'd see another release from them. But here we are with Postpartum Ecstasy, and it's just as nasty, sick, disgusting, evil, and fucked up as you could possibly want from Torso Fuck. These guys are the kings of slamming, gore-grinding sickness. They play a great hybrid style. It is just ignorant as hell. And most people are not going to like this at all. I think it's great. If you're going to play this style, you should play it as ignorant as humanly possible. And that is exactly what Torso Fuck does here, as what they've always done. I can't say enough good things about this album. Sick vocals, sick lyrics, sick slams, just ignorant and primitive and stupid and amazing. And once again, it's an album I never thought I'd see. I never thought these guys were going to put anything else out. They're back. They kick ass. I'm hoping this isn't the last we hear from them. Torso Fuck, Postpartum Ecstasy. This is Oodles of Brutals, Album of the Year. This is out there, easy to get at Severed Records, Comatose. Everybody's got this thing now. If you haven't heard it, hear it. I believe it's on Spotify, whatever. Stream it, steal it, buy it. I don't give a shit. Just listen to Torso Fuck, because they're amazing, they're underrated, they're stupid, they're ignorant, they're ugly, they're disgusting, they're nasty, they're violent, they're everything that this channel stands for. So go out and check this out. Again, it's the album of the year, and it fucking rules. So that's it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are Oodles of Brutals' top 5 albums of 2023. We'll see how it goes in 2024. I'm hoping to do some videos next year. Maybe they'll be about brutal shit. Maybe they'll be about fucking Tangerine Dream. I don't know. But I'm hoping to be back. In the meantime, I do have a horror podcast with my wife that you can check out. That is called Mask of the Slasher. It has its own YouTube channel. It's also available on Spotify, so be sure to check that out. But Oodles of Brutals is definitely coming back in 2024. I just don't know what that looks like yet. So I just wanted to say thanks everybody who's hung in there. Thanks everybody that's kept their subscription to this channel. Thanks everybody that supported me in the past. My apologies to people who were expecting new videos, to bands I said I would do reviews for and then just kind of went on hiatus. I apologize. Bear with me. More stuff is coming. Oodles of Brutals is coming back. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching and take care. Peace.
Excuse me. Oh, God.